girls. Welcome back. It's No Sugar, No Cream podcast, and no special guest or anything today. It's Tim and
You're
me.
special, Seth. You're the special guest.
What a great guy. What a great eye. What a great eye. Police, take him away. No, we got a great podcast for you today. This should be episode 76, 77, 76. And we're just rolling along, doing our thing. We just had Super Bowl Sunday and relaxed and made a couple little appetizers and watched the game. And it's basically what we thought it was going to be. A big defensive game, a few good commercials, nothing. Definitely, I think our favorite commercials, and the favorite commercial is one that I even heard mentioned online today, was the I think Tim will agree because he even rewinded and watched it again, was the commercial with throwback to the 90s and all the sitcoms, and it was the donut commercial. I'm going to say Dunkaroos. Dunkin' donut commercial.
Check. My mic was turned down.
Oh, was it? Okay. Check. I sound fine.
You're fine. Yeah,
awesome.
you're fine.
Awesome. Yeah. So the Dunkin's commercial with Ben Affleck, and then it had he wasn't playing Urkel, but he was playing like a 90s character. In fact, they probably wanted him to play Urkel, I bet, and then they just said, no, I'd rather play myself in a way, but because he's so tied to that character Urkel, that actor. But he's done a number of things. He's played Sonic in a lot of cartoons, and which is so silly that they didn't have him do the voice of Sonic in the new movie. But anyways, but it was a lot of fun. Halftime show was good, went really well. The alternative one it was like more of like a country one. I watched that later, and that got crazy. It got like 20 million views. I don't know where it's at now, but did really well. But man, Bad Buddy put it on, and yeah, so it wasn't in English, but then Lady Gaga came and sang on English. But man, the visuals of it, just like the camera, man, the cameraman were top notch. Like they should be filming some Hollywood movies tomorrow if they weren't, because it was all these cool close up shots and everything. I did hear a complaint that somebody said that there would have been crazy amount of fines if that was in English. If it wasn't English, because there was a lot of cussing.
I don't believe that's true.
Is that maybe
that's not true? Because
is that a complete lie?
Some of his songs that he did that had some objectionable words, he changed the lyrics.
He did. Yeah. So maybe that's completely not true. Then I'll have to look that up. Okay. Hey, that happens all the time. But yeah, it was quite enjoyable. The game was very defensive. I mean, goodness, it was halftime. It was 9-0. Man, poor Patriots didn't score until like the fourth quarter practically. But so you're like starting to wonder. We looked it up too, and because they mentioned it was like, can this be true that no one has never not scored in the Super Bowl?
Never been a shutout. Yeah,
never been a shutout, and there wasn't. So Patriots were able to squeeze out some points there at the end, but they definitely I feel like it was easy bet to win if you do a little betting, because you know, it was Seahawks were definitely favored to win, and they came through, and their defense was amazing. So it made for not as super exciting of a game, but the commercials really kept you in. So I was like, oh, they're going to commercial. Oh wait, the commercials. So it was a good time. Tim, did you enjoy yourself? Did you enjoy the Super Bowl? Did you enjoy the Super Bowl?
I did. Well, yeah, I wasn't feeling well.
Yeah. You were on to the weather Sunday. Yeah,
I was under the weather. I mean, second time in the last few months, and it makes me mad because I don't like who likes being sick. Nobody likes being a little bit under the weather. So, but it was a short one. I mean, it started kind of like flu-like symptoms. At first your nose runs like a faucet, and then whole body aches and horrible cough. And but today feel much better.
Yeah, you sounded completely different. Of course, my sickness, I tried to run the podcast with my sickness. We missed 2 weeks while I was sick. I was good. I was sick for like 3 weeks. Sick, solid 2 weeks, and then came out of it. But nothing compares. I mean, you might have been just as sick, but you can have those horrible sick days and then just come out of it. I just took forever to come out of it. Maybe I should have went to the doctor and come out of it a lot quicker. But yeah, it's not fun to be sick. And I think you're kind of like me. You get maybe sick once a year, if that.
Yeah, but yeah. So hopefully this is it for
This is it. We're done.
2026.
We paid our dues for 26.
Yeah.
27. We'll see you next year. We'll see you next year. 27. We're gonna enjoy the rest of the year. But yeah, yeah. I got enough anxiety to deal with. I try not to try to only get regular sick once a year. But
We have a comment.
yes, commenter. What would you like to say?
Regainer Wave said, "Please come home for Christmas."
Oh, excellent song by artist who you might know, Tim Wolf. Please come home for Christmas. The clip, I think it got well over
330,000 views now, I think.
Oh, goodness gracious! We came home for Christmas and no one was here.
Well, talking about music, I'm working on my my next album, Raised in South Dakota. So my Born in South Dakota.
He's grown up. Look at him grow right in front of us. He's a little baby.
Yeah, I was born. Now I'm raised.
Yeah, he's being raised. He's what, 3, 4?
That's all. That's all. Thank you. Anyway, so the new album's going to be Raised in South Dakota, putting recording parts, and got rough mixes for 13 of the songs, and I have 14 songs if we get them all done. And so decided this time to have gospel background vocals because it's going to be in the blues genre, and gospel vocals really do well. So yesterday, this is Tuesday, yesterday, we went to the studio and had 2 young ladies from Nashville, gospel singers, lay down some background vocals. I'd like to share a photo. Is that all right?
Yeah.
So let me see.
Permission granted.
So let's see. This is a new trick I'm trying to do. Put a photo in. Image. Let's see here. Here they are singing in the studio.
Wow, what a lovely picture, Tim.
You can't see because you don't have your. Yeah, here they are. It's two ladies, Nashville. Amazing. I was just blown away.
Are they here in the middle? Here. Hello, ladies.
No, point behind you. They're behind you now.
Ladies, doing great work
behind
up there.
Behind you.
Oh, right behind me. Okay.
And so one of them is Angie Prim, who's I guess somewhat famous in the gospel circle. She's singing with the Gaither Singers, and
wow.
she just blew me away how they'd never heard these songs, and as they're listening to the first run through, they're already singing together, get their harmonies, and so they did. You could see both 2 of them singing on one mic, and they did 3 passes, and so there'll be 6 voices, and when they're done, it sounds like a choir. And the other young lady is her name is, get this, you will not believe this. She's her career is a harmony background singer, and her name is Harmony.
Her parents knew.
They knew what she was going to be doing. I love it. Absolutely love it. They were just so amazing. I couldn't believe how quickly and perfectly they could do like one pass and do harmonies without ever having heard the song before. You could tell that they've been doing this for a while. And anyway, that was a great experience.
You didn't make them wear leather like Teddy Swims did his backup singers.
I'm going to take the photo off the screen.
See you, ladies.
So
That's
our
great,
first
man.
time. Whoops.
That's cool.
Oh, what happened to them? They're still here.
They're like no sugar, no cream.
Oh.
They're here for the podcast.
All right, we're back. So let's give ourselves applause and give us the first visual we've added to the screen, and we're
Baby
growing.
steps.
We're getting better. We're getting better. New
Baby
technology.
steps. Yeah.
So add visuals to the screen.
Hey, what are name one podcast that also is live? You can't do it. It's not a common thing. Live. We'll do it live podcast. But
so we've had a learning curve. Number 76 for us.
Mm-hmm.
Nephew 76 podcast, buddy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys watching mostly on Facebook. A decent amount of watches on Instagram. Are we still doing what the other app? The TikTok. Are we doing TikTok?
I've not been doing TikTok, just clips.
But
just clips.
Okay, yeah. Which is, I mean, we do well with that. We didn't seem to ever get much of an audience. We got some numbers there, but majority Facebook. So appreciate you guys. Feel free to share the podcast right there. Just push the button and share it, and that will help us get more viewers out there. So.
Yes, thank you. And YouTube clips. When I've been posting clips on our No Sugar No Cream YouTube channel, every clip has gotten like 1,500 views, which is a lot for us.
Nice. That's nice.
I mean,
we're the babies.
Yeah, we're just getting started here. So 1,500 views for every clip is we like it. We like it. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate you so much.
Yes, sir. Well, football is over now. So I'm going to crawl up in a little ball. And
last night I came downstairs around 7 o'clock and asked my nephew, "You watch Monday Night Football?"
It's just did that to hurt my feelings.
You're out of the habit.
I very much enjoy basketball, but football is my sweet spot. It is my sweet spot.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do on Monday nights now?
In fact, I can't even bring myself to watch the Warriors game when Steph Curry's not playing. So yeah, I have to figure out something else. Got a hobby. Get a new hobby. Which definitely need to. I got my eyes on a couple little hobbies, but I just haven't checked them out yet.
Chef Seth.
Oh, it definitely did that well. We had I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't think about saying that.
Yeah.
So
nickname for my nephew, Chef Seth.
I guess
to say that 5 times.
Last time Tim went grocery shopping, he decided he was.
It's not easy, man. It's not. Chef Seth.
See, you just do that the entire time I'm talking.
Seth. Go ahead. I guess
I do
because I did it.
For all the times I have. So last time Tim went shopping for food, I guess he was really hungry for hot dogs.
They had a 2-for-1 deal. So they had a BOGO. Get one free. BOGO.
Tim was thought it was a good sale. So hey, I was speaking of that. I love a good sale. So I just Googled what's a good appetizer for hot dogs.
That was amazing. Are they all gone? Any left?
Yes, we tore those up.
Yes, unbelievable.
They were called
burnt ends,
hot dog burnt ends, or barbecue burnt ends. Hot dog barbecue burnt ends, and you just basically I can tell you how to make it right here real quick. I put mustard all over it, some seasoning, some kind of barbecue seasoning, salt, pepper, onion powder. I couldn't find onion powder. We didn't have any onion powder that I could see. And that basically you coat it in that bag, or I just put it in a bowl and mix all over it, and it puts it. So most of it's mustard, and that dehydrates the hot dog. You can go ahead and cut them up too. Cut them up into little sections. One bigger hot dog into 4s, and that will dehydrate. You put them in the oven at 350 for an hour, and it burns them down a little bit. You get them not too charred, but you put them how charred you want them, maybe even a little bit longer than an hour. You take them out, then you put a nice barbecue sauce, which we're low on barbecue sauce. So I looked up since we're low on barbecue sauce, and I put in my own barbecue sauce.
So we're having a new venture. No Sugar No Cream. we're going to have Chef Seth's barbecue sauce. Chef
Ooh, that
Seth's,
sounds
because he's
fun.
making his own now.
Yeah, I should.
Chef Seth's
So
barbecue.
some of the main ingredients are. This is probably some of the ingredients
Don't
for
give your
making
secret
barbecue
recipe.
sauce.
Do not give your secret recipe.
It's all about amounts. That's where the key is to a real good.
Don't release your. I'm going to cut this off if you're going to give away your secret recipe, because we're starting a new venture.
Ketchup, mustard.
For real. For real.
I'm not giving away. I didn't really come up. I just added.
Yes, you did. It was delicious.
Anyway,
Don't tell anyone. It's a secret. Chef Seth, no sugar, no cream.
Ketchup,
Barbecue sauce.
I didn't make any special barbecue sauce, but I can come up with one. But basically, you just use ketchup, mustard, Worcestershire sauce. And, but I'm not telling you what amount of each to use. Then some brown sugar.
And that was the secret part you were supposed to leave out.
No, it's a Google. You just Google it. It pops up, Tim. I'm not releasing information. Tim's amazed. Over here. I love it.
You don't leak the secret recipe for Chef Seth.
Okay, confession.
Barbecue sauce.
75% of everything that I've told Tim that I've cooked, I microwaved. I'm just joking. No, I do. I like to cook. In fact, yeah, I did. In fact, that would have been great to just display it and even taste on air. We'll have to do that sometime. I made for the first time ever. I made banana bread. And the first one was even really good. You were worried it was going to be too chocolatey, right? It came out perfect. It was
wonderful. It was wonderful.
Yeah. It was chocolate chip, brown sugar banana bread. And then the second time I made it without the chocolate chips, and that turned out really well.
Really good too.
Excellent. In fact, with a friend that
you gave it to my buddy,
and he liked it. I'm curious what his family thought of it.
What he thought of it. I have to ask him.
What
Mike and his family thought of the.
So that was the one appetizer they made. Then I threw some wings. I just go ahead and do the pre-cooked. That's something I could try making my own wings. Come up with a good sauce, but the pre-cooked wings that you get like at Walmart or Kroger are easy to do. You just throw them in the oven. It always tells you to halfway through flip them. You don't have to flip them. You can just have one side that's a little bit more charred. It's not a big deal.
Chef Seth's recipe corner. This will be a recurring bit on the No Sugar No Cream podcast. Chef Seth's.
Okay. I'm gonna laugh until I see somebody say, "I'm just here for the Seth chef corn." And then the other thing I made was fried corn on the cob. Now, never really fried anything, so the first time I put it was like, "Well, here's a test route." I had put it on high, and I dropped those suckers in there, and they were burnt in less than a minute. But the funny part is, I was able to just redo them because I could just scrape off the burnt part and just redid it.
Oh, wow.
And so I ended up not wasting any corn and just turned down the temperature and had to mess with it for a while because I was having issues with I think it was supposed to be at 350, but I was having issues with the temperature thing. So I gave up on this and be like, I can on it, and that took a little bit, but the fried corn on the cob.
I did have a bite of that. I was so full, but you asked me to have a bite.
Yeah, I wanted you to at least have
amazing.
a bite.
It was amazing. I was full with
the
burnt wiener ends.
Burnt wiener ends. Yeah, that's a good. I like that name. Burnt wiener ends. Burnt wieners. I like that name. So yeah, that turned out okay. I was going to do my meatballs again, but we were too full. We were just full off. I'm going to random thing to have buffalo wings, the burnt wieners, and fried corn on the cob. 3 random appetizers, really. And corn on the cob is more or less of can be an appetizer, but more you think about almost more of a side dish.
Yeah,
side dish. But yeah, I just was struggling with getting the breading. I got to work on my technique of frying and all that, but it turned out really well. There's still some more corn, and what made it so buttery is that I melted butter down with what is not half and half or milk. It ended up being I had something else, but something basically like milk. That you use for making the creamy Parmesan cheese, but melted down a bunch of butter. So that butter, so I dipped the before anything, the milk, the corn was dipped and soaked and just sat there for a little while in the butter, the melted butter and milk. So that made it so buttery when you get into it. So I was like, oh, you're gonna want it to, yeah, fried corn cob's good, but you want it to be buttery still when you bite into it.
It was
So
buttery.
it was perfect, and there's still like 4 pieces at least in the we'll have to grab that. Chef's kiss, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
But good stuff, good stuff. Hope everybody's doing well. We all survived through that cold weather, that cold spell there.
There's all the
been
power went out
warmer.
in Nashville. Was that
Was out
this
way too
10
long.
days ago or no? Yeah, it
Now
was
it's
about
a couple weeks ago. now.
well, no, not quite 2 weeks ago. But power went out on a Sunday. We lost it for 8 hours. Not 2 days ago Sunday, but 9 days ago Sunday. And
I remember they were say 10 days like last week, so it has to
Was
have
it?
been 2 weeks. I'm
Was
pretty
it?
sure it had to have been 2 weeks now.
oh, has it?
Yeah, because it was over the weekend. Time's flying. But
It was.
you were
Well, we only had it out for 8 days. And we checked at the podcast we did 2 days later, and half of that was 250,000 people houses are out of power in Nashville. And on Tuesday when we did the podcast, we checked it, and 127,000 still had no power.
mhm.
And I've heard, and I don't know how many, but there's
Yeah,
still
so people had some
people
issues.
without power,
Yeah, it
even
was really
still.
bad. It was really bad. Yeah. Thankfully, man, we're so blessed to have power back on so quickly that day of. I mean, we were just out probably less than 10 hours. We were without power.
8 hours.
Less than 8 hours. Yeah. It felt like 24 hours.
Yeah, you're used to going to the switch and hitting the switch, and you got power. I mean, that's just what you normally expect. And
Yeah.
when it's not there, you don't realize what you're missing until you miss it, until you don't have it.
Electricity.
Yeah.
Your love shocks me. You keep me warm, even if I am deformed. Electricity. You're
Cut the
so.
mic. Cut the mic.
I wonder why Tim hasn't written a song with me yet. Electricity. Keep it going, electricity. Shout out Lily, electricity. Yes, I did take a nap before the podcast. Can you tell? But yeah, no. Is there a Celtics game tonight?
Could be.
Could be.
They
Celtics
played
game
on
tonight.
Super Bowl Sunday, and I was not happy.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
They could not hit a 3-point
Celtics
shot
game.
to save their lives. I think they shot 5% on 3-point in the first half. Just absolutely. For the team that puts up the most 3 points in the league, and then to shoot 5%, I mean,
Yikes!
just
Yeah.
horrible. It was just horrible. They shot a little better in the second half, but not enough. They were so deep in the hole. And it's almost like I can tell when they walk out on the floor and they start playing, and they just don't have the juice.
Mhm.
I don't know if every NBA team is like that, but I know it's a long season, 82 games. It's hard to get up, even though they're getting paid millions. And everybody's at such a high level. So if you're playing at 99% level instead of 100, you're probably going to get beat because everybody's a pro. And the difference between the best player and player number 100, for example, not that much. It's more about consistency, I think.
Mhm.
I
And
mean,
work and play together as a team. You can have some of the best
Right,
players.
right.
I mean, look. You have Lakers who have two of the best players by far, by far in the NBA, but still struggle to get a lot of wins. I mean, I think
they
mean,
were 8th last time I checked.
yeah, they're barely still in the play-in. So, we're over halfway through the season now. Tim's not a Lakers fan.
Well, Celtics fan, you gotta hate the Lakers, or not hate. I don't
Yeah,
think
that
you
was
would hate, but
that
dislike.
was a big in the '90s,
Dislike.
right? Like, I mean, that was
80s,
80s.
80s, big competitive. Magic Johnson and
Did
Larry
you?
Bird.
Oh yeah, it's more. What am I thinking about? Did you watch the Lakers?
90s
show?
was that was Jordan's decade. And then
Oh
at the
yeah.
end, it was Detroit. Detroit won 2 at the end. After Jordan retired, then Detroit won, I think, 2 in a row. The bad boys of Detroit. Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer, who's still not in the NBA Hall of Fame. Some say he deserves it. He was very brutal, got in a lot of fights, got a lot of penalties.
Yeah, people were freaking out, really upset that Patriots coach didn't get into that he was
Right. Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick didn't make it into
First
the
ballot, yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Bobby Finn, one of our favorite TikTokers, YouTubers, who does a lot of videos. Oh, what would you think?
Super funny videos, yeah.
And he did one on why Bill Belichick, basically saying, comparing other coaches that are in that have a lot lower stats than him. And then apparently, I think I read an article that said that the NFL Hall of Fame came out and answered those questions and said there's one reason why Bill Belichick did not make it in the first ballot Hall of Fame is because of all of the cheating controversies. They made it clear. And these days it's so hard to know if something is a false post, AI generated or whatever, or a spoof, or if it's real. But I did say a post, and whether it really came from the NFL Hall of Fame or it was a spoof post, but it was purported to be that it was actually from the Hall of Fame saying the reason he didn't get in is because of all of the cheating controversies.
Yeah, that's why it's important in this day and age to stay well informed. I mean, don't stay too informed where it gives you anxiety because bad things going on in this world to give you a headache. But make sure you have some references that you can always fall back on to know that hey, these people can be trusted, and you know that because you've seen them. You can check their work, and even we'll mention their references and all that. But I'd say that my biggest issue is when I speak something that hasn't been true. Maybe, and it's not. Maybe it's something. Probably not. Hopefully, not something big. But I heard it secondhand off just some TikTokers repeating something somebody else had, and a lot of time you can realize. I mean, but oh my goodness, what's crazy now is the AI stuff looking so real now. All these crazy looking animals they've created like that look so realistic. You click on it for a second, it looks like some kind of found footage of some dinosaur that's roaming through somebody's neighborhood and looks so real. Like, yeah, that's not real, but it sure looks real. And then they'll do stuff that's in the wild and looks real, but
yeah, we're in the baby stages of AI. AI is going to get so much more powerful. If you think it looks real now, wait probably 5 years, 2 years, 10 years for sure.
Yeah, you've seen it crazy. They did the big test was AI. The funny one is how it started with AI making Will Smith eat spaghetti, and like noodles are flopping around everywhere. And then as it progressed, it got better and better of making a simple video of Will Smith eating completely made up from graphic, him eating spaghetti, and looked more and more normal. And that's how quickly the technologies just in the last few years. But I mean, this is kind of a COVID thing. I mean, it's funny. We did. I mean, if you look back and you probably see a crazy around 2000, 2001 spike on the word searched AI, or because like we had little mentions here and there, but it has just exploded in these last few years, 4 or 5, yeah, like you said, 5, yeah. And we are 5 years removed from COVID, from the start of COVID, aren't we? But yeah, it will be interesting to see things go. I think we'll have a continued love for originality in music, the passion of real artists, because there will be so much fake out there. But when we know what we're getting with, like, I know that artist, and I know that they're putting out that music, and it gets you a love for that. It will renew people's love for movies. And then on the other end, it's gonna ruin some things where, yeah, a lot of companies are gonna take the easy way out and make things AI at times. Um, but then again, they're already doing that to an extent anyways with um, CGI. So in a way, it's just making in some ways, I would say that it's making CGI cheaper, rather than the person there and making, you know, say the transformer, making the transformer hours and hours to make the transformer come alive and move like it should. Now AI can quickly do that. So yeah, you are, probably hurting someone's job in a way, but they're still having to facilitate it and put in the right key things in and help it do the right movements and all that. But it's going to go a lot quicker. I mean, goodness, the turnaround for some movies are going to be a lot quicker and stuff like that. And
Well,
but
the last time when we talked about AI, we had some people commenting that they want AI to they don't want AI to be used, AI slop. There is a
yeah,
negative connotation towards AI. So I think it's still in the fresh zone as to where everything's going to fall. When is it allowable? When
yeah,
it is okay, socially okay to use AI, and when it is not. I mean, use it as a tool or to completely replace. I mean, you can go on Suno, the app Suno, Suno, and put in some prompts and have it write a song for you and spit out a sung version of that song.
yeah. See, I don't. How do you feel? I don't feel like there's any. We don't need AI in music at all,
Well,
right?
of course, because that's what I do. But what if I was an artist, graphic artist? Graphic artists still are they're threatened. Their jobs are threatened.
Mhm.
So who's to say what's acceptable, social acceptable, what isn't? Now I know a songwriter. I've written with him, and he writes a lot of songs. He writes, I think, way too many songs. He writes like 300 songs a year. But anyway, so one of the things about a songwriter, in order to get that song cut, you have to have a demo. So he even has been going on social media on his posts on his Facebook and saying, "Yeah, I'm using Suno to create demos of the songs I'm writing."
Hmm.
Because you just put it in and it's free and you got a demo. Because in order to pitch to an artist, they're not usually going to respond well. Some artists will, but your best chance of getting an artist to cut a song if they hear a demo of it is not just your iPhone demo, with poor audio quality and acoustic guitar. Some people can hear what all the full production would sound like, but it's so much higher probability that you'll get that song placed if you have a full band rendition of that song, and that costs money. But if you can just go to Suno and do it for free, is that cheating? I honestly don't know. I've
Hmm.
never used Suno. I've never logged in. I've never used it. So I mean, everything that I do is no AI slop here. Uh, Although I've been accused of my videos being AI. This is AI. Like, no, it's not AI. What do you think it is? It's not. I guess. Do I look that perfect that AI would generate me? So it's an interesting thing about the ethics around it as well. Every field. What do you if you're the guy who makes the transformer guy and you make your living from making the transformers and it takes you 100 days to make one big full size transformer. How tall are they? Like 2 stories tall. You get paid a lot of money for that. All of a sudden, Bob, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
AI's going to do it in 5 minutes, 5 seconds probably.
I mean, that's where we're headed with truck drivers and taxis. I mean, we already, got to got to blow my dad's and my mom and dad's mind a little bit, and I got picked up by one of those carless taxis. They're in Hollywood. That was kind of fun. Yeah,
Carless. You mean driverless?
Carly. Yeah, we just
picked up by a carless taxi.
Thank you for catching that. Yeah, Waymo. Yeah, we used Waymo. Got a kick out of that. That's kind of funny.
That's a new thing we could do. Say, carless taxis. I'm your driver. We're gonna walk together, and I'll be directing, keeping you in formation. Carless taxi.
Keep the window closed. Sorry. What are you doing? That's an automatic door. You can tell I drove having a car with roll-up windows for a long time.
Do they still? I wonder. Can you still get a new car with roll-up windows?
Yep, it's just more the base. I mean, well, you know what? I haven't been to the newest cars here to say, but I would say, like, I remember it was just literally a couple thousand cheaper to not have like those kind of things. And my thought was too, well, the way I drive cars, I've never not bought a car that is used and at least one of the windows didn't work on it. So it was like, well, it won't break down. The one time I got a brand new vehicle, I got the roll down windows because I just remembered, well, it's cheaper this way, and yeah, they
won't break.
They probably won't break.
Or if it does break, it's easy to fix, probably.
Yeah,
probably the crank or there's probably a rope in there, I guess.
But this is the thing about a person that has been buying old used cars, where you can buy them for cash for years and years. Once you buy a brand new vehicle and you have that monthly payment, I didn't like having that monthly payment. I ended up trading with a buddy. He wanted the brand new car, so I let him take over the payments, and I did like kind of an exchange with his car. And I did not like having them. It's yeah, something about you're driving older cars or whatever, but not having a monthly payment, and then too, though, when it does break down, you have the money in your bank because you're not spending that $200-300. You make sure you have money in the bank to pay breakdown. But I understand it is. There's something nice about. I mean, having a brand new vehicle, with all the leather and everything, and
the last new vehicle I bought, 2004. I bought a brand new Jeep Cherokee. Eddie
Bauer, yeah.
Eddie Bauer interior.
Nice.
And I drove that truck till it had about 400,000 miles. And Jeeps aren't supposed to get that many miles. God was with me. My guardian angels were definitely covering me. So it had a V6, and that V6 apparently was famous for aluminum heads. And after 100,000 miles I don't know, maybe they've upgraded it, but that was a 2004 era of the Jeep Cherokee. It was a V anyway. V8 or V6. Anyway, so those heads were aluminum and they were warped. And I was driving it, and one time it started leaking water. So I took it to the mechanic, and he looked at it. The guy that worked on a lot of vehicles, not just one brand. And he comes out and he says, "Yeah, your head just you go crack the hood." He said, "How many miles you got on it?" I said, "At that time I had 197,000." He said, "Yeah, you got a warped head." I said, "You haven't even looked at it. How do you know it's a warped head?" And he looks at me, and he gives me a look, and he goes, "It's a Jeep Cherokee. It's a V6. It has 200,000 miles. You actually got an extra 100,000 miles because they usually warp at 100. You got lucky, bud, because normally they warp at 100, and you got almost to 200. So you got an extra 97,000 miles out of it." So they fixed it. I drove it for another 200, almost 200. It wasn't quite, and it never warped again.
Wow. I mean, of course, little things break down here and there, but I mean,
it was beat. It was beat. The grill was all broken out at the end, and that's expensive. That grill, that Jeep grill is a very specific grill.
I do like the
that front grill is really cool, and it got broken out. I think I hit a bird or something. It was going probably 75, 80, and hit a bird. It just completely broke out the half of it. You can see the radiator from the front. And I wasn't going to put that kind of money in a vehicle that had that many miles. I didn't really have any other problems with it, and by that time, I just gave it away. I gave it away to a local charity that had a family that needed a car, and I apologized to them. I said, this is an older vehicle, and I hope it's okay for you. They were absolutely.
I guarantee you it'll last the next
not,
week for you.
they were incredibly
nice big vehicle.
happy,
Yeah,
so incredibly happy. Probably still driving it today. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, and if one of somebody in the family is good with vehicles, they can replace anything that needs to take care of anyways too. With the Jeep Cherokee, all those parts are it's American made, right? You can get decent prices probably on most of those.
Oh yeah, there's so many Jeeps. Yeah, I'm thinking
a lot of used too. Oh yeah, that's the big thing is you go to. That's one of the best ways to get replacement pieces to secure. Just go to, especially if you can do it yourself or whatever. But a lot of times places will do that. They'll just go replace, or give you that option. Do you want a new piece or do you want a used piece? Which a lot of times the used pieces can be just as good. But then there's risk there too. Depending what it is, of course.
Rebuilt alternator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there's fine. Nothing wrong with rebuilt. Nothing wrong with that. Just as good as new.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, I was going to say, riding around in your Porsche feels just as brand new as any vehicle. I got such a kick out of the first time I got in the thing with you. I just moved back here and pulled out. We were barely pulling out, and some guy, hey, nice vehicle. Like, this it makes fun to ride this one.
It's 20 years old. But it looks, you'd never know that because they don't change the body style.
You have to say that, Tim.
It's 2 years old.
No, but it's 2 years. Oh yeah, you want to know? Yeah. A car is as good as you take care of it. Unless somebody else comes along and that's different though. But you can. I mean, it's a good-looking vehicle. It's in really good shape. It does need a little bit of a checkup before the summer months, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We need to. We need to get it there.
Back on the road.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to try to get it to the shop before it gets too warm, and you're going to be really antsy to get it beyond it. But yeah, I've checked out Porsches. It would be fun, and I mean, one full day of I could easily make room for another Porsche in that garage there. That would be pretty cool to have two Porsches next to each other.
Wow, you're thinking about buying one?
I was thinking about it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's so interesting. I mean, there's such a range from expensive like the 911, Porsche down to like the more sometimes older ones. Like there's a nice price range, and you find the right one too. You find you got a decent deal in yours, right? I mean, you find a good deal. Of course, I'm a little bit handicapped unless I get better at it. I can't drive stick. I mean, I could find one that's a little bit harder with that. And it's against the law. Yeah.
Against the law to what?
To drive a standard.
Against the law to drive a standard. What are you talking about?
It has to be manual. That's what I'm saying. I can't drive manual.
You just don't have the ability.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's a theft prevention.
Theft prevention. Got you.
Because the average person can't drive it. Get in it and they'll go half a block or not even that far and give up. Because it's manual transmission.
Well, I got to tell you, having a vehicle that's not worth a lot isn't theft prevention. Because my vehicle wasn't worth too much and it got stolen.
Yeah. My nephew, I mean, in this nice neighborhood, his vehicle was stolen off the street. But some factors, it was parked in a place that wasn't really in front of a house, and it sat there for like 3 months without being moved, or 2. How many months did it?
But then I had come back and moved it, and then
put it to the same spot.
But it's to the same spot. But it looked like, from what the cop said, that it was that somebody just put it on a flatbed and took off with it. Probably had a stolen. Not only did they steal a car, they already had a stolen tow truck. So yeah, We'll definitely have some cameras facing over that way if I ever end up parking over there. Well,
Yeah.
two I can park right here. Now, if I got a Porsche, I'd make space next to you if that was an issue. And I mean, the Porsche, you could probably fit 3 Porsches in that garage.
I don't think so.
I mean, if it was completely emptied out, you probably could. But I'm exaggerating a little bit. But I'm saying Porsches are fairly. I mean, it is a good size two person garage. It is a good size.
It is a 2-car garage, but
pretty good size one. I feel definitely.
I think
mine
it's
was
narrow.
1 car.
I think it'd be hard to get 2 vehicles in, unless 2 smaller vehicles. Yes, couldn't get 2 F-150s in. No way.
I know if I got an SUV, I'd just park it next to yours, and if we're using your Porsche a lot, then I'll just park on the side of the road. But you try not to use your Porsche during the winter time, so also that would be easy to park right there. And then I guess I probably won't want to use it either, but it would be nice to. So cool. Well, guys, I guess that was quite the pause. Like, it's about time to wrap it up. We just got silent all of a sudden. A Porsche, yes. And the cool part is, I think I would want a hardtop. I think that's what would be kind of the like, hey Tim, what are you feeling like? And the funny part is, I know when Tim and I, if it's my Porsche, that if it's Tim and I in the Porsche, that I'll never be driving. Tim will want to drive. Tim enjoys driving. So even if it's my Porsche, I'll know I'll be fine. Because I know that you want to, and I don't mind it at all. Like, so it was like, I was just supposed to get it. It's like, hey, we get an option. Do you want to go hard top, or you want to have the top go off? I was like, I like that differential that we'll have a hard top and a convertible. You know. But I guess you can even get those convertibles where it's a hard top, but you take it off or whatever.
Yeah, they do have those. Yeah, but you have to physically. But taking it off, I mean, I think that's a 2-person job. I feel like you have to have one person on either side. I feel. Yeah, and then I don't know that you. Let's say you take the top off, and you go somewhere like you day trip, and it starts raining.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do? I mean, unless, you take the top off. I mean, you have no.
I think you answered the question for me. I think if I get a hard top, I just want a regular one.
I mean, unless they also have a soft top underneath the hard top, that would make no sense. But I had a Targa. I had a Porsche. My first Porsche was a Targa, which is like a roof, and you take the panels off on either side, and it has a bar down the middle, and you have a convertible. But the top comes off as a solid piece you put in the trunk, and it folds up. Those are nice. Cool. Now the issue, mine's a soft top, so it comes up, and when I first got it, the hydraulic cylinder that raises it up failed, and so I had to get that fixed. And since it's a Porsche and a Porsche part, that was very expensive. So, if you had a Targa, you do it manually. You release it, and then you pick it up and fold it and put it in the trunk. And that I would still prefer that. I don't even know if they make those anymore, but a Porsche Targa. Now you do have the back window. The back window is hard, and the back area around the window.
Mm-hmm.
So the back seat really has a roof over it, but nobody sits in the back seat anyway.
I'm going to for the rest of the night on looking at Porsches now.
So a Targa is, to me, the best. You make it a convertible, but you don't have to worry about the mechanical. So I actually find myself not using the roof that often. I don't put it. I mean, I either put it down or leave it down.
Yeah,
because I don't want to wear out that cylinder. Now, granted, the car's a number of years old, and that's probably the first time that cylinder's been replaced. But the pain of having to replace it, I still remember. So I don't want to wear it out. So I don't use it. Now, obviously, if I'm out and the top's down and it starts raining, I will put it up. There's no doubt about that. But I try not to put it up and down a lot.
But for the most part, you try to go no more than 5-10 miles.
Yeah. I don't want to put a lot of miles on it.
We use it always for dinner. So like it's which our spot's like just 2 miles away. Which is a very nice restaurant. So it's like nice to have that take that vehicle. But yeah, the plus side is of parking in a garage is you just leave the top off all the time. You still have the top off right now. And you don't need to even mess with it because then once it gets warm, I mean, right now we just have an option if it's raining to we just jump in the car. Now if there's another Porsche in the garage, we just jump in the Porsche that has the convertible already covered, you know, or doesn't even convert. I think I'm gonna start looking for convertibles again tonight. But anyways, guys, we love you very much. Appreciate you watching episode 76. Guys, next thing you know, we're going to be forgetting to make another cake for episode 100. It's not episode 50. We got to do something big for episode 100. Have some little, little party favors or whatever. Or not those kind of party favors, ladies and gentlemen, but like little things you pull.
Yeah, your hand motions are rather confusing. Did you do this?
I was trying to do this, like the little things, and you pull and it like bursts out little confetti. I've seen people do it before. I don't know.
And then you do this one? No, I think you're smoking is a party where you're smoking?
No, Tim, what are you talking about?
You're talking about this thing
no,
blow
I don't smoke.
And it unwinds, makes a noise.
Oh, great. That didn't help. Guys, we love you very much. Thanks for watching the podcast. If you're on Facebook, please follow us on our No Sugar No Cream page. Most of our listeners are on Facebook, so please share the podcast. That really helps us out quite a bit. Leave us a comment. We'll love to bring up your question in the next podcast, or yada yada yada. You know how it is. Instagram. Well, if you're watching us on Spotify or Apple, thank you so much. And guys, we will see you next time. Bye. Seriously, you can leave now. That's the end of the podcast, guys. Are you still here? The secret word
ending
is
it now.
Porsche.